If you guys want to win a copy of the Ultimate Edition of FIFA 19 worth around $100, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. Do those three things, that'll enter you into the giveaway and I'll be sending a copy to one of you guys when the game's released. Hey guys, Heathway here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be answering, or at least trying to answer, a pretty big question right now in the FIFA community, and that is whether or not you should buy FIFA 19. Everyone seems to have an opinion on this right now, and having played the beta quite extensively, I feel I'm in quite a good position to let you guys know my personal opinion on whether or not you should buy the game. I'm obviously going to be completely unbiased and I'll cover the positive and negative aspects of the new game, what I like about it, what I dislike about it, what's changed, what's been improved, and obviously what hasn't improved as well. So hopefully by the end of this video you guys will have a better idea of whether or not you want to buy FIFA 19. It is obviously quite a lot of money to spend on a game which doesn't change too much each year, but I would definitely recommend getting the standard edition. Regardless of how good the game is, I would always recommend doing that on any FIFA. I think the Ultimate Edition's about £80 or £90, the standard one's about 40, and there's another one that's about 60, and there isn't much with those other editions that are worth more that really make them worth that much more. I think you just get like a couple of free packs every week, and you get like some kits and a loan player. You get like a loan Ronaldo for about 5 games. No one needs to pay an extra 30 or 40 quid to get a 5-game loan Ronaldo. If you want to get packs, just buy some FIFA points and you can open them all at the beginning of the game rather than getting like one a week. Don't buy the Ultimate Edition, don't buy the other one that's in between, I'm not sure what it's called, just get the standard edition. It's about £40, and I mean, if you want to get FIFA points, buy them, but just don't get any of the other ones. They're just not worth it at all, and I say that regardless of how good the game is, even if it's the best FIFA by far ever. Still, just get the standard edition. But we're going to start off with Ultimate Team. That is what I've played on the beta. I've got an Ultimate Team beta. I can still play career mode and pro clubs and stuff, but I can't right now. I think they get opened in kind of the last couple of days of the beta. Right now I can only play Ultimate Team, but I have spoken to people who've played those other game modes and I know what's improved and what hasn't in them as well. So we'll be talking about those, but Ultimate Team is the most popular game mode by quite some way on FIFA, and it's the main money maker. It's the one that EA put a lot of their investments into. And I think the main thing with Ultimate Team is gameplay. That's the most important aspect of FIFA, at least in my opinion. Some of you guys may disagree, but the main part of any game is the gameplay. And on previous FIFAs, I think FIFA 15 was probably the last FIFA that had fun gameplay. It was really fast paced. The FIFAs before that, they were all really good. FIFA 14, fun. FIFA 13, fun. FIFA 12, fun. But 16, 17 and 18, the gameplay has been trash. It's not been fun at all. And for that reason, a lot of people have just stopped playing the game. But from my experience of FIFA 19, the gameplay is fun. My first 5 games, I really liked it. I then played another 5 or 6, and you guys may have seen on Twitter, I had a rant about the game and how awful it was and how I hated the gameplay. And now I've played about 30 games, maybe even more, maybe about 40. And I actually really like the gameplay. I think I've just got used to it. It does take a little bit of time to actually get used to the new game, as it is very different in terms of gameplay to previous FIFAs. The way you actually play the game, passing is quite a lot more manual, defending is more manual, the AI has less of an impact, and that is good. It makes the game more skill based and it is just more fun. Dribbling is really, really effective. You've got some new skill moves. You've got the new kind of fake shot where it's kind of like a speed boost. You can do it past someone whilst running quickly, and you just kind of body feint to one direction and go in the other way. It's really, really cool and very effective. Body feints, off the ball dribbling are also very effective, and it just makes people like Messi very, very good on FIFA, which obviously they should be, but haven't really been previously, because dribbling is such an important aspect of real life football and it isn't really represented in FIFA, at least in previous titles. Pace has been the most important thing. If you've got pace, you can beat players. Nowadays, someone like Bernardo Silva, who I've been using on the beta, is really, really good. Even though he's not the quickest of players, he's got the really good dribbling and ball control, and you can beat players very easily. Also, if you just press the right stick right here, press it down, you flick the ball up and you can juggle it about. You can run the pitch, juggling the ball on your head, on your knee, beating players. It's really, really fun, and I do enjoy that aspect of the game. Also, you score so many screamers. The game's more arcadey and fast-paced. It's not as realistic, potentially, as previous FIFAs, but I think fun is more important than realism. Maybe if you like more realistic games, PES could be the way to go. But if you want to have fun and just a game that you can chill with your friends, I think this FIFA is better than it has been for the last couple of years, because you score loads of screamers. I've scored bicycle kicks. I even scored a scorpion kick. Like literally every game, he's scoring a couple of screamers. You've got long shots, you've got volleys. Volleys now, for some reason, they've added in more animations. They look really cool, but volleys are way more accurate and they go in a lot more. Like, you can scoop the ball up with this new dribbling system, smash it into the top corner of the volley. You just score some amazing goals, and it is fun. I would much rather play a game where it finishes like 6-4 and everyone's scoring some mental screamers everywhere, rather than like a really hard fought 1-0 win with a tap in. It's just more fun, and that is something which has stood out. I score a lot more really nice goals, and I concede a lot more nice goals on this FIFA than I have in the past couple of years. It reminds me maybe of like FIFA 13, FIFA 14, when you could score some crazy goals, like long shots from the halfway line. It was crazy. And I feel the gameplay is kind of a little bit of a mixture between what we had on FIFA 15, which was really fast-paced and arcadey and fun, and FIFA 14, where physicality, heading and crossing was quite overpowered. This year, the two main standout things, at least in the beta form of the gameplay, is strong physical players. People like Lukaku are really, really effective, as physicality is a very key aspect of the game now. They've added in more animations, 50-50 battles, look a lot more realistic, and it's just quite fun, the physical aspect of the game. And also those agile players who are really good at dribbling, people like Bernardo Silva and Messi. So the gameplay is the most important aspect of the game. It's in Ultimate Team, Pro Clubs, Kickoff, Career Mode, whatever. It's the main aspect of the game, and it is improved. It is more fun. So for that reason, I'm really enjoying the game right now, and it's more fun than previous titles, which is definitely a big thumbs up for EA right there. In terms of graphics, we have seen some slight improvements across the board. The game doesn't look drastically different in comparison to FIFA 18, and that isn't the end of the world, as FIFA 18, it does look really good in terms of graphics for a sports game. And I mean, graphics are quite important, but I think things like gameplay and just new features definitely come above that. The game already looks really good. There isn't much more that can be improved. Yes, they've added in some new things in the crowd. The crowd, you actually see them celebrating now a lot more, and they look different. They don't all look like twins. You see kind of more banners and things in the crowd. There's more chants. The chants are also louder, so you kind of have a better feel of the atmosphere. We've got new cutscenes as well. For example, when you walk out onto the pitch, especially if you play like the Champions League and Europa League, you actually see them walking out the tunnel, and you see footage in the tunnel. So you've got just more cutscenes and things like that now. Also, you've got a few more improvements. Players' faces, not only have they obviously got new player faces, but also you see like the emotion in their face. They've got more facial expressions, so they look kind of angry and passionate when they're going in for a tackle. They look happy, or at least happier than they did on previous FIFAs when they score. Really small details like that, basically. Not massive improvements, but there are some small things, and it just generally kind of adds to the game. But as I said, graphics aren't the be-all and end-all. I think gameplay is definitely more important, and that has really improved, and that is the best thing, which I think could have happened on FIFA 19. Now, in terms of improvements to Ultimate Team, we've obviously got a new game mode in Division Rivals, and that is a lot of fun. I've been playing that. It's the main thing I've played on FIFA 19. We get a new game mode each year. We've had Foot Draft, Foot Champions, Squad Battles, and now Division Rivals. And the last three all improve the game for people who actually play the game and play a lot of games. It rewards people who are good at the game and people who put the time and effort in. You get a lot of coins and a lot of packs and rewards simply by playing the game. Division Rivals, you get weekly rewards, I believe monthly rewards as well. And the good thing about it is it makes the game competitive in the week. Right now on FIFA 18, you've got the weekend league, and then in the week you've either got divisions, which is a bit dead and no one plays, and you've got the daily knockout tournament, which is also a bit dead and no one really plays. But with Division Rivals, you get weekly rewards, you've got more incentives to play, and it makes the game more competitive and fun in the week, in between the time when you would be playing obviously the weekend league on the weekends. So I think that is definitely a good improvement. And I've been playing it, and it's good fun. It's competitive, you get good games, and you really want to win as you get up the leaderboards and you get better rewards. And it just rewards people who actually play the game. I mean, you don't have to play loads and loads of games, but you can play maybe 10 or 15 throughout the week and get yourself an extra 20 or 30k and some packs and rewards, which is always good. There have also been lots of little improvements across the board in Ultimate Team, which although they don't make a massive difference individually, they all add up and just make the game a little bit easier and better to play. So for example, we've got more advanced filters in your club now, so it's easier to find players. There's less menu lag, which is always good, especially for sniping. You've got more advanced menus now. When you look at a player, for example, you can look at their stats and you can see the exact effect a camera cell has on those stats and which ones it boosts. Also, you can just flick the right stick when you're looking at your squad menu or looking through the transfer market, and it's going to show you a lot more details about a player that alternatively on previous FIFAs you'd have to actually click on with the right stick, and then you'd have to go through to different pages and find their stats. Now you can quickly see at a glance their weak foot, skill moves, work rate, fitness contracts, lots of details like that, which is always good. I know these don't make a huge difference on their own, but they add up and just make the game a little bit better, and we're not asking for much really in Ultimate Team. A new game mode's always good, we've got that. A few little improvements across the board, we've got that as well. A few bug fixes too from previous FIFAs, improving anything that was an issue. I think EA have done that too, there wasn't really much. I think the main thing we want is fresh content. So with SBCs on FIFA 17 and FIFA 18, there's been a little bit of a difference. FIFA 17 we had every month, advanced SBCs, league SBCs, it was quite regular and consistent, but we didn't have many SBCs apart from those. On FIFA 18, they were really inconsistent with the league SBCs. They released them at the beginning, then it was like 3 months until more came out. It was the same with advanced SBCs, but then they released lots of kind of random SBCs that gave you maybe like a 15k pack or a 25k pack, and they came out quite regularly, and I think a balance between the two is really good. And on FIFA 19, hopefully we will have that. EA now have a new community team who seem to be a lot more kind of in contact with FIFA YouTubers and also just the FIFA community in general. If you have an issue with the game, you can let them know and they will try and do something about it, which is really good. We've only had that for a few months or so, but you do see the difference. I think on FIFA 19, what we want is every single month 2 league SBCs. We need to have that. Every month as well, give us 2 advanced SBCs with some good packs. That's definitely something that a lot of people want to see. And obviously give us the standard marquee matchups every single week. Give us maybe a new SBC for a specific player potentially every week. Be consistent with the prime icon SBCs. Just be consistent and give us regular fresh content. Also, please don't spam us with loads of new cards and everything. We had that in FIFA 18 with the World Cup and everything, and literally I swear every day they released about 50 new cards and they were all 99 rated, and it just got overly saturated. Make it how it was back on FIFA 14, where we had informs, legends, which are now icons, and obviously gold cards and silvers and all that, and then occasionally we'd have like a man of the match card, and they'd be really rare as they'd only be in packs for about 24 hours. They were rarely out, and it would be a card that a lot of people would want to get. I think they released too many special cards on the last couple of FIFAs. I know it makes the money, but it just kind of, it gets a bit saturated. I mean, you look at someone like Ronaldo or Salah or Messi, and they have about 20 cards by the end of the game, and that's just too much. I mean, they don't need to release this many. Just give us informs, the odd man of the match cards, maybe Champions League cards and things like that. Try and make them rare and more exclusive and more in demand, and that's going to be something that's quite cool, I think, rather than just spamming millions of new cards out. Maybe in the last few months of the game when the hype's dying down and everyone has coins, that's when you can give us some big high rated cards, end of an era cards, things like that. But try and keep it exclusive. Foot birthday, I mean, things like that, Footmas, those promos, every couple of months, but not every week, tons of new players. I mean, I think that's just a bit excessive. Let me know what you think down below. I mean, new content is good, but I think you can get too much new content, if that makes sense. So in conclusion, for Ultimate Team, yes, there has been improvement. Across the board, the game mode has improved in comparison to FIFA 18. Gameplay is more fun and enjoyable. There have been slight graphical improvements. We've got a new game mode, and there have been minor improvements across the board within the game mode. I think it's important though that EA release regular, consistent SBCs and new content, but don't spam us with too many special cards. That is my personal opinion. However, Ultimate Team, although it is the most popular game mode on FIFA, is not the only one. We've got Career Mode and Pro Clubs, 2 very, very popular game modes, as well as The Journey and a couple of others, and I think it's definitely time that we focus on those, as they're ones that EA seem to have neglected and put on the back burner and not really done anything about. So starting with Career Mode, we have obviously got the gameplay, which is more fun. That's a plus point. That is a plus point, and it's quite a big one. But apart from that, we've not got much. Yes, we've got the Champions League and Europa League rights and licensing. So now, a really cool thing, you can take a random team, maybe from the Championship or like the Irish League or Celtic, a team that don't normally obviously go really far in the Champions League, and you can try and like do a road to glory and take them to Champions League success. It adds a new target now within Career Mode. Yes, you used to have the Champions Cup, but it's not the same. I mean, it's a bit of a knockoff. It's a BTEC Champions League. You don't have the graphics or anything. Now you've got the actual broadcast package, official graphics, you've got the actual Champions League trophy, you've got the commentary, and it's good. But that is good. That is good. I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm not ungrateful. But I think apart from that, we don't really have anything in Career Mode. We've got some new cutscenes. Like, I think you've got interviews with the man of the match player every now and again. There's a draw for the Champions League and Europa League. But there is so much potential with Career Mode, and it hasn't really been met by EA. They haven't really focused on it. I think they've done a few good things, but there is a lot more that can be done, and there are a lot of improvements. I mean, career mode on the whole hasn't changed since it was first implemented into FIFA, and that was ages ago. I don't know, like FIFA 8, FIFA 9, probably even way earlier, and I think there is a lot that could be done. They focused a little bit in FIFA 16 on adding in some new improvements, but since then nothing's really happened at all, and those improvements weren't that big anyway. But I want to be able to maybe customize my stadium, for example, and upgrade it over time. If I've got like a League 2 team and I've taken them to the Premier League or something, we're obviously going to have more money, so I want to upgrade my stadium from being like 5,000 capacity to being 50,000. I want to do like what Spurs have done and upgrade their stadium, or what Man City have done, or even buy a new stadium and move somewhere new. I want to be able to have new kits each season as well. I mean, obviously you can maybe have like a kit creator or a concept like that, even if it wasn't that, just a slightly updated kit each year, because obviously if you take over a club in 2018, they're not going to have exactly the same kits when you get like 10 years later into the career. It just doesn't make sense, some of those things, and there's so much potential with this. I think you can now actually customize your manager, which is kind of cool, but I mean, still, you could maybe have a press conference with your manager when you can answer questions, and it could be similar to the journey where those actually have an impact on what happens. More cutscenes could definitely improve the game. When you sign a player, you could have much more in-depth negotiations with that player, and you could, almost as if it's in the journey, you could see the player maybe coming over from wherever they were playing previously in a different country. And I think people do kind of like cinematic career modes where they link it with GTA, and then you kind of have like the players flying, you see their plane and everything, the conversations they have, and I mean, it's kind of cool, and things like that could be added in. There's just a lot of potential with career mode, hasn't been met, and I think if you play career mode, yes, there have been improvements graphically and in terms of gameplay, which are always good. We've got the Champions League, there's like the customization of managers, but EA, so much could be done with career mode, and it just hasn't been. Like, no, they haven't done anything, and it is really annoying. So I think if you play career mode, it's disappointing, and especially if you exclusively play career mode, I probably wouldn't recommend getting FIFA 19, as there hasn't been much improvement. If you like playing Ultimate Team and you play that alongside, I would probably recommend getting it. But if you like career mode, play something like Football Manager, or just stay playing FIFA 18, because FIFA 19, not much has changed, and that is really disappointing from EA. Now, talking of disappointments, we have got pro clubs, and EA have done absolutely zero. Nothing at all has changed in FIFA 19 pro clubs. There has been zero improvement, zero change, and it is literally just a reskin of FIFA 18. It is the same game mode. Yes, we've got better gameplay, it's more fun and enjoyable, and better graphics, and that is important. I mean, that is the main aspect of FIFA, it's the gameplay, and it is obviously going to be more fun to play than it was on FIFA 18 because of that. But there is so much, it's crazy, there's so much that could be done in pro clubs to make it better. It is probably the game mode with the most potential in FIFA. If EA capitalised on that, they could even add in microtransactions and things where you could help upgrade your players. They could make a lot of money from that. But for some reason, the people working at EA don't seem to realise that. I think the Ultimate Team at EA or at FIFA, or at the headquarters, whatever, they're doing a good job. But the ones in charge of other game modes, they don't seem to be focusing on them much, and literally nothing seems to happen. I mean, does someone even work and do stuff for pro clubs on FIFA? I don't know, because it hasn't changed really since it was first implemented, and that was like FIFA 8 or FIFA 9 or something. I mean, there is so much potential. You could make your own club, you could customize your own stadium and your own kits and everything. You could actually kind of have a transfer market and buy players, because the worst thing about pro clubs is you could be playing with your amazing like 95 rated player with a blue afro, and you're playing in a team full of massive weapons who are like 60 rated, and you pass, or you press A to pass for the ball, get the ball, and your bot just like is facing the wrong way and just smashes it out of play, and it's so annoying. And for that reason, I have not played pro clubs for a very long time. Bots are awful, and if you had a transfer market, you could maybe buy like Sergio Ramos instead of your random default AI centre back who's a retard. You could buy Ronaldo to play up front with you. I mean, there's so much potential here, and EA just haven't met it. Actually, make the game fun as well. We just have divisions, and there's no incentive really to play, apart from just the fun of playing the game. If you had more incentives for actually winning a game, you could maybe get coins or tokens you could redeem to improve certain players in your squad. I mean, even if you couldn't buy real life players to go into your team, you could still improve the bots in your team, rather than just having the same awful players in your squad. There is so much potential with this. I mean, let me know down below any ideas you have. I have loads more, but I mean, this video is probably already ages long, and it would go on for about an hour if I talked about everything that could be done in pro clubs. There is so much. Just sort something out, EA. FIFA 20, they've got to do stuff with career mode and pro clubs. I mean, it's just awful. There's so much that can be done. So again, if you're a pro clubs player, like with career mode, I don't think many people exclusively play pro clubs, but it's not for you. They haven't done much with the game at all. Well, they haven't done anything. The gameplay is more fun, which is good. That's a positive, but it's the only one really. Negatives is they haven't done anything at all. So literally everything to do with pro clubs is basically a negative. So I think that brings us more so to the end of this video now. Yes, we've got the journey, and they will have improved that. Obviously, the gameplay and everything will be cool. Will have added new stuff in. It will obviously be different to what it has been on previous FIFAs, and that's cool. But no one buys the game exclusively for the journey. It is going to be a cool aspect of the game, but as soon as you've played it within like the first week of the game, that's going to be over. Kickoff, I think Kickoff's been improved with like the survival game mode and things like that. And also the ability that you can now play any final in world football. Like you can play the Europa League, Champions League, the MLS final, you can play the Austrian League Cup final, you can play whatever you want, which is quite cool. But I think that's more kind of just for like a casual player. Maybe if you've got your mates round, everyone just gets the Strongbow dark fruits out, or if you're 12, you can have the fruit shoots or something. Everyone's on the bevs playing a game, it's fun. But I think that's not really kind of a big point of the game. You can do that anyone kickoff. Now you have got some more ways of playing it, but still, I don't really think that's a massive improvement. We have had a few there, but I think generally, Ultimate Team is the biggest game mode. It's improved. If you predominantly play Ultimate Team, get FIFA 19, it's going to be good. If you only play Pro Clubs or Career Mode or anything like that, definitely don't, because nothing's really happened. If you play a little bit of Career Mode and Pro Clubs, and you also play Ultimate Team, I would guess it, because I think the key thing with FIFA, as I've said so many times, is gameplay. If it's fun, the game's fun, and the gameplay is fun this year, so the game should be fun. But if you don't really play Ultimate Team, don't get FIFA 19. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but at the end of the day, it's 40 quid if you get the standard edition. And if you're an adult, if you've got a job, that's very little, so you can probably afford to get it, and I would recommend it. But let's say you're young and you maybe don't even earn any pocket money, or maybe you get like £10 a month. Don't save up all your money to get quite a similar game, unless you're a big fan of Ultimate Team and you will play it a lot. But if you don't play much Ultimate Team, it's not worth it. Like, spend that 40 quid on, I don't know, some clothes, some sweets, fruit shoots, whatever. Just don't buy FIFA. Like, maybe get it as a present or something. But I wouldn't save up for months to buy this new FIFA unless you're a big Ultimate Team fan. But yeah, as I said, in conclusion, if you don't play Ultimate Team, FIFA 19 is not really for you because not much has changed. If you play Ultimate Team, I would recommend it. If you play a mixture of game modes, I'd also recommend it, because there has been improvement, especially in Ultimate Team, not much in Pro Clubs, a little bit in Career Mode, and in Kickoff 2 we've also seen improvement. But that's the positives and negatives of the game. I've obviously played the beta. The gameplay will change slightly, but I think it will stay quite similar, and the core mechanics will stay quite similar as well. So the dribbling, for example, is really fun, and I think that will stay the same. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. So get the standard edition. If you play Ultimate Team, get the game. If you don't play Ultimate Team, don't get the game. If you play a mixture of them, yeah, you might as well get it. But don't save up your money for ages to get this new game, because it is good fun, but it's not amazingly better than FIFA 18. There are still bugs and things. It's not the be-all and end-all in terms of FIFA. I think the gameplay is like FIFA 15, FIFA 14 kind of vibes. It's more arcadey like FIFA 13, and they're all good things because those FIFAs were fun. But apart from the gameplay, there haven't really been many changes, so you're basically playing FIFA 13 with better graphics if you play like Career Mode or Pro Clubs or something. But I've been going on now for ages. I've probably said the same thing a lot, so sorry about that. But there is so much more to be said about this game too, which I haven't really been able to say. I'm not sure if this is just going to be my face or if I'll put something in the background or not, because I can't show any gameplay sort of from the beta, which is kind of annoying, but I would get copyright striked. Although EA seems to be copyright striking people who talk about the game, so I mean, I don't know what that's about, so don't copyright strike me, please, EA. But anyway, I can't even speak now. I've been going on for ages. I'm going to have a beverage and go and edit this video. So hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. Let me know if you're buying FIFA 19, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.